Yeah, so she chooses Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota. Who's like, okay, Minnesota, you mean Minneapolis, where George Floyd got killed? And, it's like with Shonda Levy, Harris is looking at it going, damn, man. Look how close the truth is to the lie. All she has to do is say, well, what is the big problem with Chandra Levy? Gary Condon was meeting with Vice President Cheney when it happened, when she disappeared. So he's got a perfect alibi. And then everybody's like, oh, God, she just blew the whole thing, man. We had him going. It's the same with Tim Walz. Like the George Floyd part is like, all you got to do is point out that George Floyd and Derek Chauvin worked at the same nightclub with one on the street and one on the door. And everybody who knows how anything works says, oh, that's what really happened. Because the bouncer on the door and the cop out front, they're all, like, that's the game. That's how you know where the action is. You see the cop on the front of the nightclubs, like, okay, there must be, we can find what we're looking for in there. And then whoever the bouncer is like, that's your guy. He's going to point you in the right direction if you know how to talk. If you know the secret password or the high sign. And so she's like, she don't want nobody else. She's already in way over her head. She had no business being where she is. So she needs somebody she can handle rather than to be handled. And this guy's got a secret. She's got a secret. They're a good fit. So she chooses this guy, and everybody like, what the hell? This guy is he's not just a dirty diaper. He looks like a dirty diaper. Look at that. He looks like a diaper head. It's like it's the outside of the diaper, but you can tell that it's full of crap. And then you look and he is. It's so obvious, but she's a nothing burger and he's a moron. But see, that's got to make you think. Like for me, I go back to when Trump first ran for president, and he's tooling along, and he's like, wow, I didn't think I'd get anywhere with all of this, but I'm beating Hillary. Well, then Hillary points out, it's like, well, you're beating me in the popular. She tells him, you're beating me in the popular vote, but you're not looking at the Electoral College. And she had, like, from Bill Clinton, she had this best political machine ever designed for dealing with the Electoral College. Like they had that game down, and nobody questioned that she was going to win ever because of this secret recipe they had for the Electoral College. Well, and then she goes and snitching on herself because Trump ain't even into politics. He's like boosting his brand by running for president. Now, he doesn't think he's going to win. Yeah, he thinks he's serious about his mission, but he doesn't think, nobody knows. Yeah, I don't know anything about any of this. So Hillary tells him, and so he starts focusing on the Electoral College. Next thing you know, and then she says, okay, and you can fact check all this. Then she says, she's like, I've got the Electoral College wrapped up. So I'm going to go after the popular vote. Like she got him to move away from the popular vote, thinking he could never catch up with the Electoral College. And that way she could work on the popular vote because she wanted to win both, so there was never any. So she didn't have to go around listening to, yeah, well, I won the popular vote. You know, she wanted to hear Trump through her whole 8 years saying he won the popular vote, and then come back in 4 years and run against her again. And so she focused on the popular vote. Meanwhile, when Trump caught up to her on the Electoral College, all her people were telling her, you know, Trump's gonna beat you. You need to go back to the Electoral College. Well, she ignored them. And she just kept going her own. She wouldn't talk to anybody who was trying to tell her what she didn't want to hear. Well, for me, that says I've got all this under the table money, and I'm going to spend my whole presidency is going to be paying off doing favors for people that gave me and Bill all this free money. And me getting yelled at by the other side for doing all this stuff that you got to bribe people to do because, you know, people ain't going to like it. And, you know, but if I can just lose the election by like a slim margin and make it, and I win the popular vote, but it looks like, you know, and it's like, and then focus everybody hating on Trump. It's like, you know, then I can walk away with all this, you know, a really nice, relaxed career. And if you watch her temperament, after she loses, she could not be happier no matter what kind of negative crap's coming out of her mouth. And so then you look at the Harris campaign, and you see the same pattern. It's like you think she's stupid as fuck, but not if she's trying to lose. It's like, hey man, there's all this money coming in from everywhere, and everybody thinks I'm going to win. Well, I don't know I don't even know why I'm here. You know, like what am I doing in D.C. in the first damn place? You know, it's like I climbed the ladder. Willie Brown taught me how, and now, actually you can hide behind the president if you're the vice president, but you can't hide behind the president if you're the president. But if she loses, she's got all the free. She doesn't have to pay off the favor. It's like she went to Hillary, and Hillary said, "Look, all these people that bribe us, they're morons. They're gonna ruin the country anyway. Trump's better for it." It's like we're not doing anything bad. We're actually we're earning all this money we're stealing because Trump's better for the country anyway. We can never admit that, but you know, it's better for us. It's better for everybody. So then she goes and she loses, you know, the same way Hillary did, and to get herself. It's like, cause see, I think that she really used the corrupt process to do good. Like she started with Chandra Levy, and she realized how corrupt the whole game is, and so she says, well, I'm a prosecutor. Says, I'm going to be a real thing. It's like everybody thinks I'm an idiot. Well, I'm going to pull off this big deal. You know, I'm going to follow this chain of evidence all the way back to D.C. and Dick Cheney. I'm going to find out how shit really works. And then when she found out, she says, oh, and then they kill you. Like Chandra Levy, you know, like all the people who put themselves in a strong enough position to be able to actually expose all this bad actors, well, they all wind up dead just before they do anything about it. So I think let maybe Trump will fix it. I don't know, but I'm out of here. That's really what I think happened. Anyway, I actually finished this one on time. Bye-bye.